issued down to the deck. And I hope this is the moment where we can turn that around. Senator Rounds.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And Mr. Phelan, first of all, thanks for the opportunity to visit with you in my office. I appreciated that, and I most certainly think that you've got a good insight into what some of the challenges are. I also want to say thank you to your family for their recognition of what you're in for and the challenges of having a family that will not see you as much as they would have otherwise. And so I appreciate their sacrifice in this as well. Mr. Phelan, as you've heard me say before, and we talked a little bit about this in my office, 24 senior DOD officials have confirmed that forcing the Department of Defense to vacate any portion of the 3.1 to 3.45 gigahertz band of the spectrum would have severely negative consequences on our warfighting capabilities. Specifically, the Navy relies heavily on spectrum, especially as it pertains to radar. As we speak, our sailors are conducting missile defense missions off the coasts of the U.S. homeland with Arleigh Burke-class destroyers, and the Navy is protecting our deployed forces in the Red Sea against pervasive Houthi missile and drone attacks with their ANSPY 6 radars on 7 different classes of ships. The Navy's Aegis combat system relies heavily on the lower 3 band, using radars to track threats and guided weapons to targets. If the Navy had to vacate that portion of the spectrum, testimony before this committee indicates it would cost up to $250 billion to migrate those capabilities elsewhere, which may not even be possible given the unique physics of the lower 3 band. If confirmed, will you advocate for protecting the Navy's warfighting systems that require spectrum to function optimally?
Senator Rounds, thank you for the question. I did enjoy our time together as well. I am aware of this issue, and I do not believe any changes should be made that increase risk to the Navy.
Thank you. Look, I know we've got to do something about 5G and about being able to expand our abilities here in terms of 5G and beyond. The fear I have is that some interests do not understand how significant the threat is to our homeland, and in particular with the fact that the president has indicated he really would like to do an Iron Dome for America like has been done in Israel. There's no way he could do that without the protection of this particular part of the band. And that's the reason why I continue to bring this up. It is critical that we continue to let the American public know with these public discussions, but also individuals, our concern about what could happen if we don't protect that band of the spectrum. So I thank you for that statement, sir. Also, I understand that it basically costs right now, and based upon what the chairman's concern has been about shipbuilding and so forth, I understand that it costs roughly twice as much to build a ship in the U.S. as it does elsewhere. Have you given any thought to how AI and automation could be leveraged to dramatically increase our shipyard efficiency?
Yes, Senator, I have, and I think there are a number of ways. I mean, we're in the early stages with AI and its implementation, its ability to impact this, but I do think that there are going to be ways to increase digital design and things that will allow us to design things quicker, to potentially reduce change orders, as I like to call them, and increase speed of production. I think there are a number of things being done with 3D printing that we need to be looking at, particularly as it relates to parts and things along those lines. So if confirmed, I look forward to working with you in this committee on some of the more technologically advanced ways we can increase manufacturing and help get our shipbuilding base in order.
Thank you. I've got language, by the way, in the NDAA, the FY25 NDAA, that would require the Navy to use AI-enabled software to optimize workflows at one or more of the shipyards. And I'm just hoping that that would be something that you would support, and it sounds like you would, so I appreciate that. Let me just finish with this. Analysts agree that there is a growing potential that our next great conflict will be a multi-theater conflict involving multiple near-peer adversaries. If confirmed, what steps would you take to prepare the Department of the Navy to simultaneously execute and sustain operations across multiple regions while maintaining readiness and deterrence globally? 2 theaters, not just one.
Thanks, Senator, for the question. Look, this is a critical thing, and I need to work with the combatant commanders, the CNO, and the Commandant of the Marine Corps. My job is to train, man, and equip the Navy to make sure that they have all the appropriate tools that they need in order to defend the country and to take on our adversaries.
Thank you.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Chairman.